So if he wants us to question Alan Dershowitz' credibility because he decided to defend Epstein, we have to also question Mohammed Hijab's credibility because he believes in a prophet that married a 6-year-old and had sex with her when she was 9.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that wherever we see suffering, wherever we see death and destruction, especially of young people, assault, we see Dershowitz to the rescue, the former defense attorney of Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't give you permission to interrupt me. I didn't give you permission to interrupt me. Has he got leverage on you? Why are you not looking at me when I'm speaking to you? Do you condemn Dershowitz? For what? For defending Epstein.
I have defended,
and being proud of defending Epstein. Good boy.
Charge if you're
Good
held
boy.
For Alan Dershowitz, what?
Does he have leverage on you, Piers Morgan? You've got a picture with Maxwell.
Yes, with Ghislaine
Did you go to the island? You had a massage.
He represented him.
He said he didn't take his shorts off.
Do you know what?
You're defending a monster, a pervert, an old pervert. Now, the first thing I wanted to say was that this man's credibility is something which is shocking that we're even entertaining.
What do you base it on?
On the fact that he actually defended Epstein, and after the fact, he said he was proud of it.
Yup. And that's pretty much how the entire debate went. Mohammed Hijab kept interrupting and insulting Alan and Piers Morgan. In my opinion, Mohammed Hijab decided to squander a great opportunity to help the Palestinian cause, at least as far as public opinion goes, by spending the debate personally attacking Alan Dershowitz instead of answering Piers Morgan's questions about the Israel and Palestine conflict. And loads of Muslims cheered him on. I did a live reaction on this debate and some of the comments speak for themselves. He did not ruin his image. He exposed Piers Morgan for what he is. Somebody had to do it. Amazing offensive tactics from Hijab. He completely dismantled Piers. You start with he ruined his image. Your critical thinking is dieting on dog shit. How can you say that this was very well played? He actually played Piers Morgan on Piers Morgan. This was informative and comedy gold. Listen to his reason on Rumble with Sneeko. Mohammed Hijab thought it would be a great idea, a great angle to personally attack Alan Dershowitz's credibility by bringing up the fact that Alan was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, had been in his house, and the fact that he was even accused by Virginia Guthrie, one of Epstein's victims, although she dropped the charges against Alan.
Did you touch Virginia? Did you touch her? Did you touch Virginia?
Some of which
did you touch her?
Now, the reason why this was a stupid idea and an illogical angle for Mohammed Hijab to bring up is because the same argument can be made against Mohammed Hijab to destroy his credibility. Doesn't Mohammed Hijab follow the Prophet Muhammad? Doesn't he believe the Prophet Muhammad is the best example for humanity? Didn't the Prophet Muhammad marry a 6-year-old and had sex with her when she was 9? So if he wants us to question Alan Dershowitz's credibility because he decided to defend Epstein, we have to also question Mohammed Hijab's credibility because he believes in a prophet that married a 6-year-old and had sex with her when she was 9. And here's the hadith that proves that the Prophet Muhammad slept with a 9-year-old and married her when she was 6. It was narrated by Aisha. It's Sahih al-Bukhari 5134, and it says that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Hisham said, I have been informed that Aisha remained with the Prophet for 9 years till his death.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran at all. If you just read the Quran, it is halal, it would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Chapter 65, verse 4. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ, and the ones who had never been pubescent before.
Do you now see why Mohammed's strategy when he went on Piers Morgan was stupid, unnecessary, and ridiculous, and took away from the debate that could have helped the Palestinian people's cause? Why Mohammed Hijab and Muslims look at this as a victory is beyond me. I mean, the guy embarrassed himself, literally. Here's an example.
In the first interaction where me and you were talking about October the 7th, we spent about 3 or 4 minutes actually talking about sexual assault allegations, if you remember that. And actually here, what we have is Israeli soldiers like Mir from Unit 100, and that's on The Guardian, it's on Sky News, it's on all these kinds of platforms, coming out, and there's videographic evidence of him p***ing another man. I haven't heard condemnation from you, and I don't expect to hear it from him who defended Epstein. But this shows you the bias in the coverage for a year, where we know the ICJ have said that there's a plausible genocide.
You haven't been watching my show.
I think I have.
No, you haven't.
Have you spoken about
You're
me?
talking complete bullshit.
Okay, tell me why.
Right?
Tell me why.
Because I did condemn what you've just talked about in a previous debate.
Good.
Right?
Dershowitz, do you condemn it?
Yes, of course. I condemn any rape of anybody and any assault on anybody who's in captivity.
I haven't heard any condemnation, and Piers calls him out on it by saying you're talking bullshit. I have condemned it. Dershowitz, do you condemn it? First words out of his mouth is yes, of course. No deflection, not going around the issue. He was straightforward. That's simple. Anyways, guys, what's the solution? Don't bring Mohammed Hijab back on the Piers Morgan show, because he clearly doesn't care enough about the suffering of the Palestinian people. He cares more about going viral, even if it means behaving foolishly. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.